welcome back to Drawing with Daisy. Today we are going to be drawing Gumball and Darwin from the amazing world of Gumball. So to start off, we're going to start with Gumball. So to start with that, we're going to start with the base of his head, which is just kind of an oval shape. So then to add more detail to the head, we're going to start making like his little cheek puff. So we're going to bring this kind of half oval thing around and connect it to the rest of his head. And then once you do that, you're going to add your guidelines on the face so that you know where the rest of his features are going to go. Okay, so we're going to start with his mouth, which is going to be this teardrop for his muzzle. Since he is a feline, he does have a muzzle. And we're gonna add his nose and the little like line that goes down. It's okay. And then once we have that done, we're gonna draw the rest. We're gonna continue. We're gonna draw the rest of his mouth, which is just a half oval. And we're gonna add his little tooth and his tongue. He's a very cartoony character, so he doesn't have very many actual fine details. So now we're gonna start with his whiskers, which are just two lines coming out from his cheeks on this side. And then on the other side, there are 3 lines, just like that. And then we're gonna finish off with the eyes and eyebrows, which are just 2 ovals with bigger ovals inside of him. His pupils are bigger to give him more of a softer look since he is not a very mean character. And yeah. And then for the rest of the facial features, we're just going to add his eyebrows and his ears. Now, since I like to add a little bit of my style to the characters that we create, I'm going to add a little bit of an inner side to his ears. This is simply just my choice, and I'm also going to add a little bit of a hair tuft. But that is just my choice. If you don't want to and you want to stay more to the character, you can. And yeah, that's it for Gumball. Now we're on to Darwin. So for him, we're going to use the same method with the outlines of his face as Gumball, except this time we're going to go in a different direction, just based on having a better look. So once Darwin's head is complete, just like Gumball, we're going to add the guidelines. Now with Darwin, his face is a lot less it has a lot less features because he's a fish. So we're gonna start with his smile, which is just 2 little half circle things and a line. Within those half circles, we're gonna draw little circles to represent rosy cheeks. Darwin is definitely more of the feminine character out of the 2, and he's also a lot more sweet than Gumball. Even though neither of them are bad characters, he just has a more innocent and sweet childish demeanor. So same with Darwin. He's going to have oval eyes that have the large pupils and the eyebrows. Now, unlike Gumball, Darwin has 3 little eyelashes, just like that. And since he is a fish, he kind of has like a little gleam highlight on the back of his head to show that he's more like slick and greasy-ish. wet than Gumball because he is clearly a fish. And then after that, we're going to add his little tail, which is on the back of his head. Or body. I'm not sure. And then we're going to add the details on there. And that is Darwin. So once we're finished with our basic sketch of Gumball and Darwin, we are now going to outline. So this is just taking every feature that you've drawn and want to keep and outlining it with a darker shade. In this case, I'm using a Sharpie marker, and I'm just going to go around the whole area of their faces before I get into the details. Sometimes with Sharpies, it's harder to draw finer details if you have like the fine point marker. They do make smaller markers and pens to use, which I definitely recommend because they're super great and they last long. They're very durable as well. But we're just going around and continuing our lines, just going through everything that we've done until you feel that your sketch is complete. Sometimes I like to go back and add a few things when sketching. With this one, I don't particularly feel like there's anything I need to go back and add more detail to, so I'm just going to outline it. But if you guys feel like you want to add maybe a little bit more fur to Gumball, or an extra fin or gill, or an extra detail to Darwin, feel free to. The drawing is yours. You're just following me to have a little bit of a familiarity with it. And then after I finish Gumball's whiskers, you are done.